It's very nice this morning. A little bit overcast, a few clouds. However, I'm going to move the boat and try and risk dodging clouds and rain and stuff. So we'll see how we get on anyway. See how things happen. See what's happening. Yeah. Right. Let's get the boat ready to go. The roof could do with a wash at some point, but we'll do that at some point in the future. We'll go and start the engine and cast off and do all that sort of malarkey. So stand by. When you try and start the engine, it helps if you push the engine stop in first, doesn't it, before you try and start it? Never mind. I've got my coffee. So, I'm going to put a jacket on because it is a bit chilly. Although it looks like it's going to warm up, but for the moment it's a bit chilly. Quick slurp on my coffee. Right. Put my jacket on, then we'll cast off. Oh yeah, you're right. Are you sitting comfortably? Then we will begin. We'll get as far as Hawkesbury. Might even get back to the yard or back to the wharf, but we'll see. Just got to concentrate now, make sure I've got the bike on the front of the boat. So I just want to make sure I don't knock the bike off the front going under the low bridges, or knock any bits off the bike anyway. The bike's very well strapped down. I don't think it'll fall off. I could very easily bend stuff with the weight of the boat on a bridge, but I don't think I'd actually knock the bike off. But we'll see. Okay, here we go. So we're at a little place called Anstey at the moment, which is just on the outskirts of Coventry. If you know the M6, I'm about a stone's throw from Junction 2 of the M6 at Coventry. That's where Anstey is, just at the back of Junction 2 of the M6. So as I say, we're going to head round towards Hawkesbury, go through the lock, and then try and get down to the wharf today. If not, we'll do the wharf tomorrow, but I'd like to do it today. Let the engine warm up a little bit before I give it any real revs. There's a couple of moored boats just around the corner anyway, so they wouldn't appreciate me going past at high speed. Well, when I say high speed, this is a narrowboat after all. Lovely cup of coffee. So like I said at the start, it is a little bit cloudy this morning, so I'm hoping I can make it without getting too wet. I didn't see what it flashed up on the screen then, Mick. I didn't see what it said. I'll have to, when I finish the video, I'll have to go back and read what it said. Something about bearings, that's all I could read before it disappeared off my screen. But yeah, I'll have a read in a minute. Well, when I finish the video, I'll have to have a read. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's a bit cloudy this morning, and it is looking like we're going to get a bit of rain, which if we do, I've got my umbrella stowed away by my feet. And what I'll do is I'll just shut the back doors on the trad stern, shut the doors, pull the hatch over a little bit, put the umbrella up, keep going, put on a brave face, keep going, get wet. Although being hidden away, I don't think I'll get very wet. Got a bit of a wind as well today. Unfortunately, that means you'll get wind noise on the mic because it is live and there's no way I can edit it out. I do like the fronts of these Dutch barges. Righty. Time to crank on a bit of speed, methinks. I won't be going too fast anyway. Well, that'll do for now until the engine warms up a little bit. So parking in Anstey, there's a couple of lovely pubs in Anstey. well, one's a pub and one's a working men's club, or a social club, whatever you want to call it. I didn't visit either of them yesterday or today, mainly because I'm still driving at night, so I don't know how bad that wind noise is. Unfortunately, it does feel quite windy on my face, so I think you're probably getting the noise of it. Yeah, so I didn't go to either of the pubs yesterday for a beer because I was working last night. I am changing shifts next week, so I'm hoping once I change shifts and get back to a more sensible start time of 6 o'clock in the evening, and I'm hoping I'll have a few hours to do some work on the boat during the afternoons before I go to work. You know, and then I'll finish work about 2, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, something like that. I'll go home, go to bed, get up about, I don't know, 11, 12ish, something like that, and then hopefully be able to spend a couple of hours on the boat at least 2 or 3 days a week, get the rear cabin sorted, do some more decorating in the front of the boat, do a bit more woodwork, make it look a bit more presentable. Because although it's usable at the moment, and I've been using it for the last year, it's not very pretty inside. You wouldn't want to take anybody in there to entertain them, if you know what I mean. You wouldn't want to take your friends in there for a coffee or a beer or anything like that, because it's just too much of a mess at the moment. Like I said, once I've had a bit of decorating and a bit of woodwork done, it'll look a lot better inside, hopefully. Right, we've got a boat coming towards us. Gosh, you've only gone about 200 yards. We've been recording for 13 minutes already. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? Morning, you're right. Oh dear. I'm going to tell you, I got me flat cap on today. Let's turn around and have a look, see if you can see it. Yeah, look. Me and me rosy cheeks, look like I've been on the piss. I've got my boater's gear on, look. Aye. How do? Yeah. That's it. That's enough of me. Turn you around again. That's better. Oh, who was that ugly sod? Oh, that'd be a nice house. There's a house for sale. Just there, look. That'd be nice. I don't think you can moor your boat here. It does say no mooring here, so you couldn't moor your boat opposite your house, I don't think. Which would be lovely. Having a house where you could moor your boat right outside, or at the end of your back garden or something like that. I think that'd be fantastic. So just in front of us, you can see up here, the bridge there, that's the M69 motorway. Who misses? It's my favourite motorway, that is. When I used to play ice hockey, that was my player number as well, number 69. I didn't get much stick about that. Well, I did, but then when they give me stick, because it was ice hockey, I used to punch them. Yeah, that was my job when I played hockey. I used to punch people. That's why I'm such a good-looking young man. My lad, he still plays ice hockey. And when he plays very similar to how I used to play. He's quite a rough and tumble chap, so he likes to throw his body weight around a bit, and you know, and that's exactly how I used to play. it's quite a pleasure watching him play, because people tend to move out of his way. Once he's hit them once or twice, they tend to move out of his way, because he's 16 stone like me, 16 plus stone, same as I was when I played. So he's a big old chap. You know, you get a bit of speed on the ice and you get 16 stone hitting you, you know about it. Oh, excuse me. So that's the M69 above us now, or just coming up to above us. Been down there more times than I care to think about. Oh. Old Smoky's still a bit smoky, look. Yeah, a lot of the gardeners are all quite smoky when they're cold. They do tend to clear up a bit once the engine warms up and you've used them, and you know the engine's nice and warm. The smoke clears then and they're fine, you know. But when they're cold, they do like to smoke a little bit. So there's a couple of little less bends here just under the motorway. Once we're clear of these few bridges and we can see that the canal's clear and there's no boats around, we'll pack on the power. All 28 horses. I think that's how much power a 2LW's got. I think it's 28 or 32. I'm sure it's 28. 28 brake horsepower. Massively powerful. If you know diesels, it's not about the brake horsepower, it's about the torque. And that's why trucks are made of diesel engines, because they've got a lot more torque than a petrol. Right, look a bit more then. So for about the next 3 miles or so, 2 or 3 miles, we run parallel to the M6 between Junction 2 and Junction 3. And then once we get towards Junction 3, we pretty much go through Hawkesbury Junction then. How windy it is with me, my little Warwickshire flag fluttering away on top of the pigeon box. No idea what the time is. I assume it's about 8:30, 8:45-ish maybe. A couple of dogs jumped in the canal in front. Don't know whether you'll be able to see that. Can on the phone, can you? I know Charlie and Jazz, they love swimming in the canal, but they'll only go in if they know they can get out. Charlie's not too bad if he's on his lead. He'll happily jump in knowing that I can pull him out with his lead, but Jazz won't go in unless she can walk in, and then she knows she can walk out. But if you're down the river or something and she can walk in, she'll happily walk in and swim around all day. But she needs to know she can get out before she gets in, if you know what I mean. And Charlie's a bit the same. If he's chasing his ball, he'll definitely go in, that's for sure. He's definitely addicted to his ball. Well, we've got a boat just come up in front of us. Drop the speed down a touch. There's a dog on the far side of the canal and by the boat. Right, okay, I can see the dogs. Let me slow right down because there's 2 dogs on my side of the canal. they're both running down the side, because on my side of the canal, opposite the towpath, it's all muddy, isn't it? And they're running down the mud on the side of the canal. And I can also hear the mud rubbing under my hull. Are the dogs chasing the ball, are they, or something? Just having fun?
Just having fun.
Oh, fair play to them. Right, one of them swam across the river anyway. It's, oh, the other one's still on the offside. The trouble is, if they swim too close to your boat, the prop shaft pulls water in from the side of the boat. Because underneath the boat there's like a pointy bit at the back. It's what they call the Hawkesbury plate, or the swim. And if they swim next to that, the prop shaft could pull them under, because the prop on this is quite a big one. You know, a big prop shaft shifts a fair bit of water, you know. And I'll be scared to death of them getting sucked under by the prop shaft, you know. So try and keep a clear eye out for them, see if I can see them. So I'm not going to talk for a minute, so stand by. Right, I can see one just swimming across in front, the other one's just jumped in. Right, they're both on the towpath, so I'm going to speed up a little bit. It's not too bad getting on and off, actually. It's not that hard. It's all right. Just got to be careful you don't drop it in, that's all. Just talk about the bike on the front of the boat with the guy who owns the dogs. Nobody comes behind me in a minute, I'm going to slow right down to an almost stop, and I'm going to run down into the galley and get myself a coffee, because it's already poured. It's in the cafetiere. I just need to go down and pour it in my cup. Bung a bit of sugar and milk in it. Bob's your uncle. It'll take me about 10 seconds. So if nobody, when I see a straight, but if nobody's coming and nobody's behind me, I'm going to go and grab a coffee. Yeah, the dogs are in the water again behind. I don't know if you can see them swimming there. Just see a head bobbing in the middle of the canal. Round about there. Bless them. Living the time of their life, or living their dream. Right, let's turn you around again, because you don't want to be looking at this ugly old git. Apart from the wind, it's got a bit of a chill in it. It ain't actually a bad day. It's not that cold. When the wind drops, it feels quite warm. As you can probably hear on the microphone, there's definitely a bit of wind blowing. There's a boat in front there, look. He's going the same way as me. He's only going slow, so I'm slowly catching him up. So what I think I'll do is, I know there's nothing behind me for a second. Take all the speed off. Put it in neutral for a second. Once the boat slows down a bit, I'm going to be naughty and run down through the boat and grab a coffee. Just wait until the boat's almost at a standstill before I do it, because otherwise I'll end up in the bush. It's not a bad thing being in the bush, but not when you're on a boat. Well, if you're in the... Oh no, let's not get into this conversation. I don't want the boat buried in a thorn bush. Just give it a bit of reverse. Right now. Oh, look, that was a boat coming. It's typical, that, isn't it? I was just about to say, right, I'm going to run down and grab a coffee. So I'm going to put the power back on again now and just cruise nice and gentle. It's typical, that is. Just as you're about to run down and get a coffee, a boat turns around the corner. Gosh darn it. Murphy's Law. So I'm going to stay in tick over and just bimble along here for a minute. And once this boat's gone past, then I'm going to run under and get a coffee. I'm only going to go slow because I'm catching up with that higher boat in front. Hey, Narrowboat Will's watching. Hi, Will. Now, I saw that message because it just said, hi, Steve. Good morning, Will. How are you doing? How's your trip down to London or going through Milton Keynes? I've yet to watch your latest video. I'll do that later on this afternoon when I've woken up. But yeah, just saying, I want to run down and grab a coffee, but Murphy's Law says as soon as you think, right, I'm going to go and grab a coffee, a boat turns up. See, now I should do the sensible thing like Will does. He moors up and goes and makes a coffee and sorts it all out properly. I was just going to loiter in the middle of the canal and just hover on in neutral and just run under and grab a coffee and come running back, which is what I'm going to do in a minute if the boat doesn't come around that corner. In fact, I'll ask this guy if there's any boats behind him, and he should know because there's a couple of straight bits behind him. So, gosh, we've been going half an hour already. Wow, doesn't feel like it. We've only gone about half a mile. We haven't gone very far yet, but then again, we haven't been going very fast, so you know. Morning. Any boats behind you?
Half a mile.
Half a mile or so. All right, cheers.
It was anyway.
Okay, all right. Yeah, there's a half a mile behind, so I think if I chuck it neutral now, I might just be able to run under and grab a coffee. Can't see it just yet. Get that out of the way because you don't want to get knocked over by that, do you? Right, if I run over, you guys will shout me if a boat comes around the corner, won't you? Right, back in a second. Don't go anywhere. Right, go in. I'm going. I is back with a cup of coffee. Look, there you go. Nice full cup of coffee there, lovely. Right. Here we go. Let's see if we can race that higher boat. So, show you behind a minute. Oh, down a bit. Yeah, got a nice bit of prop wash there, look. Nice bit of prop wash. Fantastic. Right, there you go. Oh, get the camera straight, Steve. Come on, sort your life out. Right. There you go. Like I said, if we go too fast, we'll only catch up with the higher boat anyway, because they're not going very quickly. Not that it's a race. I didn't buy a boat to go fast. I bought a boat just to chill and cruise and not have to work for a living. Although I am doing less hours now than I probably have done for a long time. I'm still working for a living. Not for much longer though. But then again, I've been saying that for the last 2 years, haven't I? Well, my savings are building up. I'm not too keen on leaving at the moment while my savings are slowly building. Yeah, the boat just come around the corner now. And there's a bridge just on this corner, so I'm glad we met it now rather than going through the bridge. Yes, like I say, while I'm still saving money and I'm doing okay, I'm kind of happy to stay at work, yeah. And then once my savings are built up, I'll save a bit more. Yes, I will. I'll be getting back to fitting the boat out. Yeah, sorry, I just read a message, a text. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, so what I was saying is, I changed my shift next week. Oh dear. Yeah, I nearly knocked you over then, didn't I? That hurt. Right, the shift I'm on at the moment, I start at 11 o'clock at night and finish at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'll come home and I'm absolutely knackered. I really am absolutely knackered. So that's the reason why I've not done much of the boat recently in the last year or so, is because I'm just that tired after working. I just want to spend all my time with Lady PJ and with the dogs. The job I'm changing till next week, or changing to next week, is slightly less hours, but it's more of a day shift, an afternoon shift if you like. So I'll be starting at 6 o'clock in the afternoon or in the evening, working through until 2 o'clock in the morning or 2:30 in the morning. And then what I'll do is I'll come home, go to bed, and then get up around about, I don't know, 11ish, 12ish, lunchtime, something like that. Do a couple of hours on the boat and then go back to work again. So yes, as of next week, I'm going to be starting the rear boatman's cabin. Although there's a few jobs I need to do before I do the boatman's cabin. I need to lift the floor up in the rear cabin. I've got some, it's like, what do you call it, like rubber tape. It's like what you put around windows. Window insulation tape, butyl tape, whatever you call it. Because the floors are quite bumpy when you walk, so and then yeah, I'm going to start fitting the rear boatman's cabin next week. Yeehaw! Got to buy the wood and everything for it first. I've got lots of jobs planned, and then once the boatman's cabin's done, I think I'll gradually move my way through the boat. So what I'll do is I'll do the boatman's cabin until it's finished. Then I'll go into the bathroom, the shower room. Sorry, I'm reading I can't read and talk at the same times. Yeah, so I'll finish the boatman's cabin and then I'll move into the bathroom, do the floor in the bathroom, finish all the painting, fit another little cupboard in the bathroom, or like a little shelf sort of thing in the bathroom, and then I'll go through, do me a few jobs in the galley that need doing, and then I'll do the dinette at the front, and then I want to fit a slide out bed under the tug deck that slides out over the top of the dinette, so, and then I'll sleep in the boatman's cabin, and when people stop on the boat, if people ever stop on the boat, my grandkids will at some point, they can sleep on the bed that pulls out from under the tug deck. That's the plan, but plans change, so we'll see what happens as and when I get to do these different jobs. But yeah, I did have a thought the other day that, see, I love reverse layout boats. I did have a thought the other day that I might take the galley out of where it is now and fit it in the back cabin and have the rear cabin as the galley, and have the galley, the engine room, the shower room, and then have like the bedroom and the living area in the front of the boat where the kitchen and the dinette is now, but I don't know. But then I also would like to I'd like to have the boat cut in half basically, and have, I don't know if you guys have seen it, it's like a modern version of the workboat, the triangle working bit where it used to have the cloths. They make it of metal. If you've seen Heidi, the lady pirate Heidi on her boat, she's got one, like a triangle tug deck at the front, like a work area. That's what I want to have on my boat. I want to have the boat stretched by about 10-15 foot, So it's 50 foot now, but I'd like to have it about 60 or 65. So that's the plan. Whether I do or not, I don't know. We'll see. Big slurp of coffee. Like I said earlier, all the way down here now we run parallel with the M6. The M6 motorway, so between Junction 2 and Junction 3 we run parallel with it almost all the way. I don't know whether you can, I can hear the motorway from here, but I don't know whether you guys can hear it above Old Smoky and the noise of the water and the boat and the wind and stuff, but there is a definite rumble of motorway traffic in the distance. Well, in fact, it's more than a rumble. See Old Smoky, there's no smoke now, the engine's warmed up, look. See if I can get you up a bit. There you go, look at that. No smoke at all now, she's warm, or he's warmed up, she's warmed up, you know. Yeah, I can still smell the exhaust, but there's not much. In fact, if you look carefully, there is a little bit of smoke coming out, but not much. Yeah, there is a bit of whooshing off the water. And obviously Old Smoky, but the motorway traffic's just like a drone in the background, like a buzzy drone. You all know what sounds of motorways make. Motorway sound. Oh gosh. There's a park on my right hand side, starboard side if you like. Spent many a day here as a youth with my family and fishing with my dad and God knows what else. Don't know whether you'll be able to see it very well. Yeah. This is not far from where I grew up as a kid round here. Yeah, there's a lovely park there. I used to play football there. Right. Cover your ears for a second. Right, 3, 2, 1. Bit of a bend after this bridge, so just wanted to warn anybody that we're coming through. Bridge number 9. So on the left hand side here of the bridge, the right, that's the left. Just up there's a footpath and it takes you over a footbridge over the motorway, and there used to be a nice pub there called the Navigation. It's not there anymore, it's houses now, like everything else has been changed and pulled down and they've built houses. Yeah, I can see the park there now, look, you have a look at the park. Lovely big park. Used to play loads of football on here on a Sunday morning football. Just come down here on my bike. Used to chuck stuff in the canal. Yeah, spent many a time here as a kid. I don't know, can you guys see through the fence there? There's a little metal railing fence. Can you see the cars going past? Or the truck past? Yeah, that'll be the M6. Yeah, I think there are buffing issues, yeah. I think the internet's a bit rubbish here. Sorry guys. It's just come up with the circles on my screen, so God knows what it's like for you guys. You thought being on the outskirts of Coventry you'd get a good internet signal, wouldn't you? But perhaps not. Maybe not. I'll keep going anyway. But alright Mick, have a good one, mate. I'll catch up with you soon, buddy. Alright, take care. Yeah, my mate Mick's going. Yeah, we'll keep recording and see how it goes. And if it gets too bad, then I'll have to stop recording and turn it off. But for now, we'll keep going and see what happens. Gosh, that cup of coffee went cold very quickly. So there's another boat coming towards us now. He ain't going very quickly though, so we won't pass him for a while just yet. So these fluffy white flowers here, see if we can get a better view. Yeah, them fluffy white flowers there, these all along here, it's called meadowsweet, not these big leaves, that's something else. But the fluffy white flowers are called meadowsweet. And I don't know whether I told you guys, end of January, start of February. Yeah, I think it's just a bad internet signal here. Sorry, reading one of the comments again. Yeah, I think it's just a bad internet signal where I am. I'm using the internet off my phone rather than the boat because I'm outside and the internet's inside and it's a metal tube, you don't get a good connection anyway. But yeah, so it's probably not a great connection here, but like I said, we'll play with it and leave it recording for now and see what happens, see how it goes. But if it gets too bad, then I'll just end the video. Yeah, right, back to the story. So these little white flowers or creamy coloured flowers along the side here, they're called meadowsweet. And apparently the Vikings used to put them into mead with the honey. They used to mix it with the honey and put it in mead to give it a bit of sweetness, which sounds like a very nice idea. So what I was saying is, at the end of January and the start of February, I made 3 gallons of mead. I made a gallon of just plain mead, which is just water, honey and yeast, and let that ferment. That came out quite nice. I made a ginger mead, which is the same but with ginger, and I also made a cherry mead, which they call Viking's Blood. Hang on a second, say hello to the boaters. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I made a cherry mead, which they call Viking's Blood. The Viking's Blood is amazing. It's very dry because the yeast ate all the sugar. So when you back sweeten it, add a bit of honey to back sweeten it, it tastes absolutely fantastic, the Viking's Blood. I was a little bit disappointed with the ginger one. I was hoping it'd be a bit hotter and have a bit more pep to it, a bit like the peppery of the gingery taste. But speaking to... I will get this story finished eventually, sorry guys. Anyway, speaking to people who have brewed with ginger before, they say when it's very young, you don't really taste the ginger that much. But as it ages, the ginger flavour comes out. So, yeah, but they're all very nice, but the Viking's Blood, the cherry one, was amazing. So I'm going to try and make some more mead and add some of these flowers to it, these meadowsweet, because apparently that's what the Vikings used to do. So we'll see. Yeah, I'll see how it turns out. I don't know if any of you guys watch Trev's Travels. He does like a beer tasting again. I did say I'd take a bottle of mead up and we'd do a tasting on it on his boat one day, one of his tastings. But that will happen at some point. But we haven't arranged it as of yet, but it will happen. Yeah, I think this is a nice steady speed, isn't it? We don't need to go any quicker, do we? Quite happy doing this sort of speed. We're in no rush. Sloan gin, yes. Lady PJ's done Sloan gin. But you don't actually brew Sloan gin, do you? You just put the Sloans in with a bit of sugar and then leave it to mix and flavour the gin. So you're not actually making the gin. Moonshine, now you're talking. Although, no, my luck, I'd end up going blind or something, just brewing out. I'd probably end up drinking the ethanol and going blind, you know. Yeah, but I would like to have a go at making moonshine, or potato wine, or potato whiskey, or whatever. Because in America they use corn, don't they? They make the whiskey out of corn, the moonshine out of corn, but you can do it out of potatoes. Well, you can do it out of anything really, can't you, I suppose? Yeah, it would be good. Yeah. But I fancy making some other wines as well, not just mead. I fancy making a, you know, I don't know, whatever I find, blackberry wine, you know, when you go blackberry picking and stuff like that, you know, just make a few different wines. Not that I'm a raving alcoholic or anything, but it's nice to drink something you've made yourself. I have started brewing my own beer, but I don't mix it all myself. I buy these kits and make it out of the kits. They're very good. Get some very nice tasting beers. So this bridge on the left hand side here, or the port side, if you want to be nautical. Oh, excuse me. So under that bridge there is the old Viking arm, of the Oxford Canal. So that was there. Well, all the canals around here are just for the pits, but that used to go down to Viking Pit, or they'd bring the coal from Viking Pit to the end of that canal, and so it was just a coal canal. But yeah, all it is now is moorings. That's all it is down there. It's just like, I think it's only about a quarter of a mile long. It ain't massive. It don't go very, very far. But yeah, that's the old Viking arm of the pit. Sorry. And Viking in Coventry is where I grew up as a kid. That's my hunting ground, my stomping ground is Viking. Viking is spelled W-Y-K-E-N. So some people call it Wicken, but it's not. It's Viking. It's pronounced Viking. It's like my name, Tyrrell. Some people pronounce it Tyrell, but I've always known it as Tyrrell, and that's T-Y-R-R-E-L-L. Bridge number 5. If it wasn't for the motorway, it'd be absolutely fantastic round here, scenery wise, and lovely and quiet. But there you go. We have what we have, don't we? Or it is what it is, you know. There's one more cup of coffee left in my cafetiere, and I'm thinking I might go down and get it now before it goes cold, because that cup of coffee I just had, that went cold really quick. So let the speed peel off a little bit. As we can see, there's nothing behind us. I can see quite a fair way behind us. There is a hire boat in front of us. I don't know if you guys can see it. There, you can just see the hire boat there going around the corner. Look, if I go straight, if I try and steer straight, so you can just see the hire boat going around the corner there. It's a bit blurred, but you know, recording with my phone. So, right, we're now in neutral. So I'll wait for the speed to peel off a little bit. Yeah, I love the sound of the old narrowboat engines as well. I went to the narrowboat, the old working boat thing at Braunston the other day, and there was a Bollinger there. Well, there was a couple of Bollingers there, but the old Bollinger working boat engines, fantastic. They make a lovely sound. Unfortunately, it's on my phone, so I can't. I'm recording on my phone, so I can't play the sound to you. But The sound of the old Bollender in the narrowboat is fantastic. Right, I'm going to go and quickly grab a cup of coffee. If anybody comes around that corner in the boat, give me a shout and I'll come straight back up. All right. Right, keep an eye out then. Here we go. Back in a second. He's back. He's back with a cup of coffee. It's only warm. It's only just warm though, so. Right. We are in gear. I think I quite like it. You know, when I wind the speed wheel on nice and slow and bring the revs up real gentle. I like that. I like the sound it makes. It's I enjoy it. It's pleasurable. So here we go. That'll do. Might slow down a bit yet, but that'll do for now. Give it another turn. Oh, now we're speeding. Got to be careful because the water levels are a bit low here at the moment, so straight away as soon as I put any power on I just create waves and it's not ideal. Give it one more turn just quickly and then we'll go back down to a cruise again. Whoa, we're really flying along now. All of 4 miles an hour. Yeah. I reckon it'd go one more, do you reckon? Woohoo! Now you're flying. Right, that's enough. Like I said, because the water level's a bit low down here, if I go too fast, I just create waves. Yeah, definitely a boy racer. I think it does it good to have a good blast now and again, but when I took it on the River Avon and the River Severn, it must have done the engine a world of good to get it opened up nice and wide and get it, you know, get a bit of speed and a bit of heat in the engine, blow out all the dirt and the cobwebs and the soot and the, you know, the carbon build-up and that. Does a diesel engine good anyway. Oh, excuse me. I still think we might be going a tad fast at this actually. Slow down half a turn of the wheel. Electric engines, right. Just reading another comment now. A year ago, I would have said, not a chance in the world would I ever own an electric engine in any kind. It's not the engine itself. The electric motors are fine. It's battery technology more than anything else. I disagree with. Lead acid batteries or lead batteries in whatever form. Everything of a lead battery is 100% recyclable. They recycle the acid, they recycle the plastic shell, and they also recycle the lead plates in the centre. Lithium I think there's a couple of places now starting to recycle them, but up until just recently, nowhere in the world recycled lithium batteries. So basically, when the lithium battery was knackered, you chucked it away. That was it, finished, everything, you know. I think they could probably recycle the plastic off the outside, but that was it. So I didn't really agree with lithium. I don't like the idea of young kids in Africa and India being sent down the mines to mine for cobalt and all that sort of stuff either. But that's just a personal view. Right, we've got a boat coming, so hang on a second. Slow down a bit. But electric engine boats, I've seen a couple in the last couple of months, especially Paul and Anthony, their boat. It's so quiet. When they're cruising along, it's almost silent. I quite like that. I mean, I like the sound of a workboat engine like in this and, you know, the listers and all that sort of stuff. I do like that. Hang on a second. Morning. Oh, you're right, are you? There's nothing behind me, it's clear. Yeah, I do like the workboat engines. Obviously, I've got a gardener, I'm going to love them, aren't I? But the silence of cruising without an engine noise is very pleasurable. You can hear the birds sing, you can hear everything. It's fantastic. I did a video of Narrowboat Hasty, the steam tug. That's almost the same. Hasty is almost silent, and that's exactly the same. And after going on Hasty, I spent the day on Hasty, and it's so quiet. If you've not seen the video, it's down in my listing somewhere. Hasty is so quiet, and you don't get the chuff 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 like you do on a train, because it's there's a name for the engine, compound engine I think they call it, and it recycles the steam. It puts it back to another cylinder and it recycles the steam back into the system, so you don't get any waste. It's a fantastic way of doing it. It's so quiet, and the electric boats are the same. They're lovely and quiet as well. So yeah, Hasty's a good boat. Hasty is an absolute beast of a boat. Owned by friends of mine, Keith and Andy. Yeah, Hasty. And like I said, it's so quiet, and the electric boats are the same. They're lovely and quiet. So I'd like a hybrid system where if I could have an electric motor and me big thumpy diesel, I'd have both on the same boat, like a hybrid system. That'd be okay. I wouldn't mind doing that. And I watch. Oh God, what's it called? Oh, I should know. Samson Boat Company. Oh, my head is just empty today. Can't think. Yeah, anyway, there's a guy, he's building a sailing ship. Oh God, I should know it. I watch it every week or every 2 weeks when it releases. It'll come to me in a minute. He's got a hybrid system, or he's putting a hybrid system in that. So that'd be interesting to see how that turns out and how that works, because it would be nice to have a hybrid. You know, on days when you want a bit of silence and you've got lots of sun, you could use your solar and batteries and cruise with your electric motor. And then other days when you want to be a noisy and a thug, you start your big thumpy diesel engine and annoy everybody, you know. But yeah. Morning. Gosh, we've been recording for over an hour now. Gosh. This is there's a load of old cars on the right hand side. Sorry, I didn't get to read all that. All I heard was a good idea to be electric with a sound system. I'll have to read all the comments in a bit. I didn't get to read that properly just yet. So there's a lot of old, they're not abandoned, I suppose they're stored here. Lots of Volkswagens. There's a Beetle here. Volkswagen Beetle there. There's a boat coming. Hang on, stand by. Yeah, see all the old cars and vans on the side here, look. Oh yeah, you're right, are you?
Yeah, pretty good.
Good. Oh, there's another boat as well. I think I'm on the mud. Right. I'm stuck on the mud. Hang on. I'm definitely stuck on the mud. Right, I'm out. I'll be with you in a minute. I'm just a bit stuck on the mud at the moment. Can't get around the corner because every time I get my front end in, it just pops out. Sorry about that, I got stuck in the mud. I moved over for that last boat and that was it, I lost all control then, I couldn't go anywhere, I was just stuck in the mud, sorry. Right, we're still on the bank here now. That was fun, wasn't it? I didn't get to read any of your comments then, guys, sorry, I was too busy trying to steer the boat. I'm still stuck on the mud a little bit. Back end's just drifting off the bank now. Okay. Right, I'm back with you now. Bit of excitement for a few seconds, wasn't it? I definitely turned the canal brown then. When I was in reverse and going forwards, all I was doing was pulling up shit off the bottom of the canal. Yeah, all I was managed to do was pulling up loads of crap off the bottom of the canal, like, you know, all the mud. Oh, my coffee's almost cold. That's one thing I miss on a boat, is not having a microwave, because I could just ding it for a few seconds, it'd be lovely and hot again. Never mind. Good morning. Narrowboat Geordie boy, was it? I didn't quite catch the name. I seen it said good morning. You're in good company because Narrowboat Will was on here a minute ago. I love Will. He's a card. He is. I do like Will. I've met him a couple of times in the boat, and he is an absolute card. I love him to bits. Right, I think we can put a bit of power on. Here we go. Did the slow last time, do it quick this time. I think that would do. Half more maybe, do you think? Let's see what it's like with half. Give it half. Yeah, half's good. Half's good. So back in the day, where we're narrowboating through here now is where the power, used to be like a big power station here that supplied electricity into Coventry, or one of the power stations that supplied electricity into Coventry, and it was called Longford Power, or Longford Power Station or something. They still have a lot of power distribution places here still now, even to this day, but back in the day there was a big coal power station, so all the way down here you'd have had narrowboats queuing up to unload and take away the ash and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so all these walls along the side here, look, these have all been loading wharfs, you know, both sides. They'd have unloaded both sides down here. Yeah, it'd have been absolutely busy as it back in the day down here. You'd have, they'd have been moored up two abreast, both sides. You'd have had to squeeze down the middle. Or they'd have been breasted up, should I say. Two abreast is three boats, isn't it? They'd have been moored, breasted up all the way down here. Motorboat and butty all the way down. As I say, they've still got a big electrical distribution base here, even to this day, like, but yeah. I never knew the power station was here. It had gone before I was born. But when you read the old books, it was definitely one of the places where they came quite regular to unload the coal. And Coventry, Nuneaton and Bedworth, or Bedworth if you're local, Bedworth if you're not. It was just littered with coal mines. There were pits all over this area. There was probably, I don't know, 20, 30 pits. Yeah, so they'd have all been bringing coal down to here. The thing is, back in the day, you've got to remember, almost every house was heated by a coal fire back in the day as well. You know, turn of the century, not the one just gone, the one before. Virtually every house would have been heated by coal. I mean, even when I was a kid, the only form of heating in the house I grew up in was a coal fire. So, yeah, used to, in the middle of winter, you'd wake up in the morning, there'd be ice on the outside the window and ice on the inside the window. And we all had 3 or 4 blankets, like, to keep warm, you know. It was a hard life when I was a kid. It's going back a few years, being an old man and all that. So what you can see there now, right in front of us, is the electrical distribution part of what's left of the power station that was here. Sometimes when you go past here, you can't half hear it buzzing. And it's quite a big place, like, you know, there's quite a lot to it still. Swing you around, you can have a look. It's all the way across here, look, all the way across here it says. I need to learn how to use this. Baby duckies, look. Little baby duckies. Baby duckies. It's just starting to rain. Just see it on the canal. Just see the little raindrops on the canal here, look. You hear that buzz? like a buzzing in the background. It's off that bloody power place next to us. Yeah, we're not far from Sutton Stop now, Hawkesbury Junction. It's only around the corner now, or a couple of corners. And we'll go through Sutton Stop Lock. And I think we'll just head down into Coventry and go straight back to the wharf. I don't know how much you guys will see because my phone battery will go flat soon. Trouble is, because I'm recording, the only thing I can see is the picture of the screen. I can't see how much battery power I've got left, so you might all of a sudden just disappear because my battery's dead. You never know. You never know. Gosh, been recording now for 74 minutes. Wow. I do like Hawkesbury Junction. I love coming up here and mooring up and just, you know, going to the Greyhound pub, having a couple of beers or a meal. You know, I do like it around here. It's got a lovely atmosphere, a lovely boaty atmosphere, if that makes sense. You know, everybody talks to everybody else. It's really nice. I do like it. It's how society should be, I think. You know, people chatting and getting on, and you know. Oh, I think I just bashed something with a prop on the bottom of the boat. Something went with the bank. Anyway, yeah. I just think, you know, society should be like that all the time. You know, people getting on and chatting, and you know, you see another boater and you chat to them for 10, 15 minutes or whatever. Like, you know, it's just, yeah. Here we go, look. It's just coming into Sutton Stop now, look at the moored boats. Nice. Yeah, the wind's picked up a little bit though, unfortunately, so it might be a bit noisy for you guys now, I'm afraid. Oh yeah, it's definitely windy now. Definitely windy now. There's a higher boat before us, so the lock will be against us. Not that that matters, because there's only a 6-inch drop, I think, on this lock, so it don't take long to fill up and empty, you know. Just see the chimney there for the pump house, for the old pump house. Oh, there's a boat coming in as well. You can see that there. Can you see through there? Let's have a look. There's a boat just coming through under the bridge. I've just seen that comment. Would I ever entertain getting a semi-trad or a cruiser stern? Possibly. I don't know. If I change the boat completely, then I think if I change the boat again, I would probably go for a cruiser stern. More for the social side of it. Let's try and zoom out a bit. Yeah, more for the social side, so you can sit on the back and have a drink and chat to people. I like that. I like that part of it. I originally wanted a semi-trad. That's what I originally wanted, and I ended up with a trad for some reason. I wanted a reverse layout boat, actually. A semi-trad reverse layout, all that sort of stuff, and I wanted one with a modern engine. And I ended up with a classic boat engine, 1950s Gardner. And I originally wanted one with a modern engine that had been full service and all that sort of stuff. And I ended up with a Gardner with, God knows, I don't know what the service history of this is at all. So, right, I'm going to go more up. I'll be back with you in a second. Stand by. Get me tool out and help them through. You guys okay if I leave you here for a minute? Zoom in a touch. There you go, how's that? Right, I'm just going to go and help them through the locks. I'll be back with you in a second. Stand by. Narrowboat Spudley. Spudley are subscribers and watchers, and they tweet a lot. They're boat tweeters. Fantastic stuff. Right, my turn. And Gareth and Lou from Cruising Crafts are here as well. They're just around the corner. Gareth and Lou, I presume you watch their vlogs as well, you know. See if we can get it without smashing the crap out of the boat. I was looking at the Instagram for the dogs last night. Fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You stay there.
You sure? Oh, excellent. So you can just see Lady Brian through there. Oh, bumped you. Just see Gareth on Lady Brian through there. Look, I'm not used to this. Yeah, so he's going to come round and take the lock up after us. So that's fantastic stuff. And then the guys off Narrowboat Spudley are doing the gate for me, which is brilliant. Been told I've got to stay on the boat though, which I don't mind. Yeah, it needs a good wash though. I've been riding it in the rain for the last few weeks, so it needs a good clean. There's Lady Brian just coming under the bridge. Right, here we go. The Coventry looks a bit low, doesn't it?
Yeah, the Ashby was all right on the first bit, but the further up it was low as well.
If I go up the Ashby anywhere off the centre line, I'm on the mud bank, you know.
Yeah,
so.
because you're deep in it.
Yeah, I've just caught the mud bank around there. I met a boat coming the other way and had a bit of a dance. I got stuck on the mud bank, you know, as you do.
We might seize that, you know.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, it'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah, it will be, yeah. Pulled the thread on my hat. Right, take care and I'll see you guys soon. She ain't looking, look. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, oh that's not so bad then. Yes, right, see you soon, Lou, alright. It's amazing who you meet on the canal, isn't it? Is that you recording me, me recording you? Yeah, I'm doing a live at the moment. So, anyway, take care and I'll see you soon. All right.
Yeah, take care. Have a good trip.
Yeah, you too, bud. Right, cover your ears. Oh, let's go around here. Cover your ears. That was nice to meet Spudley and Lady Brian. Gareth and Lou and Lady Brian, that was fantastic. I thought they were long gone by now. I knew Spudley had gone up the Ashby because they tweet a lot, and I noticed I read one of the tweets the other day they were going up the Ashby. So I recorded these two the other day. I got them on Twitter. You're right. Yeah, I got these two on TikTok the other day, going up, towing each other, the motorboat and the butty. It was an absolute fantastic sight watching the one tow the other. Right, that's us now until Swan Lane Wharf. We can just sit back and relax now. I think Swan Lane from here now is only about 40 minutes, I'd say. Yeah, about 40 minutes, maybe a tad longer. And then when I get back to Swan Lane, I'm not in the wharf. I might have got one of the linear moorings out the front, which would be nice because then I can grow a few flowers and stuff and a couple of bits of veg on the side next to the boat. So I may have a linear mooring. So I'd quite like that. I like being in the wharf because it's such a nice family atmosphere in the wharf. Everybody gets on with everyone else. If anybody's in trouble, we all help out. There's a chap there, an older chap called PJ. Everyone helps up to try and get his boat fixed when things go wrong. I made about a year or so ago, I made a bit of decking for him for the back of his boat because all his decking had gone rotten. So I'd got a bit of spare buffalo board or phenolic ply, so I used a bit of that to make a board, and then he went out and got another board of phenolic ply, and we finished off his rear deck, so all his rear deck was finished. It was really nice when we were done, actually. It looked really good. I think that's on one of my older vlogs. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, in the wharf, it's such a great atmosphere, and everyone gets on with everyone else, and you know, it's unusual, that. Yeah, it was good, that one. It was good. He was so happy, bless him, that we did it. He was so happy. He bought me a crate of beer. It was great. It was brilliant. But yeah, we all get on at the wharf. It is nice, you know. So. Right, there's something wrapped around the prop, because as the prop's going around I can hear tick, 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 tick. So there's either a fishing weight or something like that wrapped around the prop. Yeah, so we'll have a look at that in a bit. As long as it don't hinder progress, we'll leave it, and I'll sort it when we get back to the wharf. I'll go down the duck hole, the weed hatch there, and sort it out then. Oh, low battery, 20%. That's not good. That means the recording will be ending soon. Nice old working boat there, look. Nice. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, good, thanks, yeah, good. Hi, bud, you're right. So the guys with the orange high vises, it said on their backs, community payback. So they're paying their dues back to society, which is nice. No, it's not nice. They were naughty boys, but you know, who knows what they've done. Could have been a speeding ticket on a boat. Oh, right, I think we'll get a bit more speed going, eh? So the guy from the Canal and River Trust back there at Sutton Stop, I was saying about the water being a bit low, and he says it's only 2 inches lower than what it should be, so that's not too bad. And this is a long pound. I mean, it goes all the way from Coventry all the way to Atherstone. I mean, that's got to be what, 25 miles, maybe a bit more. And also, it's got all of the Ashby Canal in it, so that's another 20 miles, isn't it? Because the Ashby Canal is 19 odd miles long, isn't it? So from here to Atherstone, it's got to be 30 miles, hasn't it? Somewhere like that. It's got to be around there somewhere, I'd have thought. So that's a lot of water in 1 pound, that is. So to be 2 inches down, that's actually quite a lot of water. You know? It looks a lot lower than 2 inches, but I'm sure it's 2 inches. Yeah, something's definitely tapping on the bottom of my boat, so I'm going to have to pull up for a minute and go down the hatch, because that's tap, 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 tap. Mind your head. It's bushy. Whoa. The old camera gimbal didn't like that then. I think when my phone flashes up to say there's only 10% battery left, I think that'll be the end of, I think I'll stop the recording and that'll be the end. Because we've been on now for 101 minutes. It's not bad going, is it really? It's not bad at all. What's that, hour and 40 minutes? Oh, traffic's moving very slow on the M6. See if we can zoom in. Yeah, look at that, moving very slow on the M6 up there. See the truck? Look in the gap here, look, you can just see in the gap there, look how slow the trucks are moving on the M6. Yeah. In fact, that one there stopped. That one there stopped, look, completely stopped. Oh dear. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Yeah, I'm hoping to say goodbye before it just suddenly goes boink, gone. So yeah, when it, oh, hang on, what have I done now? Yeah, oh, again. Stop it. Yeah, so when it flashes up in a minute, say there's only 10%, we'll say goodbye. Right, just going under the M6 motorway. And just there is Junction 3 of the M6. It's only a couple of 100 yards down that way. So we ain't far at all from Junction 3. Oh, there's a boat coming. There's a boat, there's a boat, there's a boat. I should have moored up at a certain stop, shouldn't I, and gone in and had a beer. Never mind. It'd be nice to get back to the wharf. So I think on this trip I've been out for about 3 weeks, I think. Here's the boat lot. Oh yeah. Oops. That's my phone, just flashed up 10%. So, I'm going to say goodbye. Yeah. I'm going to sign off now and say goodbye. And I will see you all on the next video. Alright, take care guys. See you soon. Take care. Bye for now. I can work out how to stop this recording. Yeah.